All right,
So,
on to the Invetro with its weird glass cork.
yeah, so weird.
You broke my brains. You came after I've already been drinking.
All right. So as we're looking at this, now I can definitely tell that, you know, comparatively, knowing that, you know, the color that we had on the last one, that kind of pale to medium ruby, is kind of typical for a Sangio. That this all of a sudden almost getting into the purple range. I mean, I'd say it's more like a medium garnet. It's, you know, that right there tells me that there is quite a bit of some darker grape in here, whether it's Cab, Merlot, but there's definitely going to be something that's going to give it more of that kind of dark fruit flavor. Apparently, someone was having a little bit of trouble too with opening it. Yeah. To me, you know, when I was telling Asher before we started that, yeah, when I first was about to open that bottle, I was like, this is the weirdest looking Stebbins cap that I've ever seen, because it was like so short. And so when I twisted it and it was like just spinning around, I thought I broke it.
Yeah.
Until I just pulled, and the entire thing came off.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden there's this leftover thing. I'm like, should I put the cap back on to, like, is it supposed to catch? And, you know, so I can pull this thing off. And it's like, oh no, it's, and so I just pushed on it and it just popped. But it's one of the first I've had that's had a glass cork like this.
It looks like it's a child-proof container, because you spin it around, spin it around.
Yeah.
It's got a shield on it, on the cork.
Yeah. It kind of feels like what's called a tea cork that a lot of your ports have.
Feels like I can't bring myself to use the word cork. I have to call it a plug.
Yeah. Hey, clean it off and yeah, usable for later.
Easy thing.
Well, I mean, glass should be even better than plastic for keeping the air out of the wine, right?
Yeah.
The glass should be, in theory, would be a perfectly sealed container versus
Yeah. Comparatively, the cork, it's not going to let any like oxygen in. So in terms of it aging, it's going to actually hold a lot of its, you know, flavors, which a lot of people, it just means that you're not going to have you know, a lot of that kind of competition for
Yeah, but the plastic gasket really wasn't that tight.
Yeah, well, and that's why, you know, if you really want to have like a wine that's been really aged, but at the same time is still going to taste pretty new, you're looking for the ones that have like that wax coating on the top. I mean, it was something that was done a lot back in the, you know, 40s and 50s.
They used to say in the 90s.
But you haven't really seen it done much since. Actually, I have a couple of bottles from a winery in California that did it, but I hate it. I really hate it, because you're sitting there like hacking on it, or, you know, you try to get the corkscrew through it, and it either breaks off, or two, it's actually bad for your corkscrew worm. That Teflon that's on there, it will actually start to like strip it away much more readily. It's almost like the same as using for the synthetic corks. Those two will also kind of kill a corkscrew worm. So
I don't think I'm fancy enough to have a corkscrew worm that's Teflon coated.
let's go ahead and give this thing a swirl, and let me know what you're smelling.
Robust.
Huh.
Yeah. It does.
Oh.
There's the, yeah.
Lisa, you wanna contribute? What are you smelling from this?
Where, there it is.
It's definitely smoky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's almost like a whiskey. I know it's a kind of a strange combination, but it's almost like a whiskey nose to it.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, for that smoke, what I'm kind of getting off of it is more of like almost like cured leather and tobacco.
Tobacco.
Which, you know,
Makes sense.
for our Lucky Strike smoker, is that coming through?
I think my glass, I get more like,
Yeah,
like
very woody. Yeah, a cut grass.
All right, let's give this thing a taste.
This is more.
The Chianti is like Chianti. It's nice. It goes really well with you.
Also, really, I'll say really well balanced in terms of, you know, again, not as much acid, but again, you're more expecting a lot of the acid from
Garbage.
what is it, from like the New World.
Chianti's kind of like we were just talking about.
Chardonnay.
It was a great wine.
Oh, drink is yummy.
And then
Nice
they
and
ruin it.
dry.
Until the fiascos.
Leathery good.
Mhm.
You know, and my perception of Chianti at this point is like Romano's macaroni grill. It's like garbage. Yeah.
Candles.
Right.
The basketball.
So what's everyone tasting on this?
I like it. I'm liking
Well,
it.
Very
Okay.
woody, very earthy.
And
It reminds me of whiskey.
Okay. Well, and
that's good.
well, I guess whiskey would be, well, it's going to impart, you know, whatever
Warmth.
flavors you're getting from the barrel. So that'd be kind of more your like
Yeah.
chocolate, vanilla, maybe a little bit of dill and coconut.
Yeah. I don't even drink whiskey, but that's
See, while for me, like the main thing that I'm getting from this is much more of like an earth note, like almost
Yep.
like a forest floor.
Pretty dirty, sort of tannin. Yeah, good. I like it.
Completely agree, Richard. It's very earthy, woody, almost cut grass.
No. Oh, okay. It smells like it's going to be a lot fruitier than it is,
Yeah.
but I like where it lands. I didn't get on the nose. I got more jammy, and we were talking about something almost like herby but acetone. Like we were trying to think, is it licorice or fennel or what? You know, and he was like, maybe acetone. We couldn't figure it out. And then the tasting it.
If you go to your spice drawer and if you've got some thyme, smell that and then smell the wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will. I bet that's what it is. I was something. I knew it.
So, Richard, you mentioned the honey notes in the Chianti. I didn't notice it until I had a little bit left in my glass. And I tried it after the last wine.
Uh-huh.
I can definitely taste the honey in the Chianti after having some of the last wine. So I definitely get that sweetness much more.
Definitely.
So.
Oh yeah. That's
I guess none of us without trained palates have to have something else to compare it with.
Yeah. and actually that's what I have is I actually have like a little kit with it's like 30 different like aromas.
Not nearly as.
And that's what I usually end up doing is, you know, I'll kind of go through those and just kind of test myself on, you know, hey, what am I smelling? Am I smelling mushroom? Am I smelling, you know, forest floor? Am I smelling berries?
Is this a kit you do? Like, I want this kit in my life.
So how perishable is Kit of Aroma?
Not very, as long as you keep it sealed. Yeah. But aromas are such a weird thing because like the fun thing that a lot of people don't know is that truffle oil has no truffle in
You
it.
find that the pasta.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
What's it made of?
It's made of this like it's made of this aroma
Because
that's made in a lab that's like dimethyl something 9.
Oh my God.
No, because
So
it's like, what are we gonna do with
You
it?
know that pumpkin spice has no pumpkin in it.
Well,
Just saying.
you're never
Yeah.
gonna have to.
Coconut flavoring is made mostly.
Even if you buy a can that's labeled pureed pumpkin, it does not have pumpkin in it. It has butternut squash.
What?
Yeah. If you take a pumpkin and put it in a can, it doesn't taste like what people expect.
He saved us the year that Mom died.
So what's everyone's favorite pairing with this wine?
Lasagna.
Oh,
And, oh my God.
I think I'd want a steak with that.
Say that again.
We're living a bus.
I think I want a steak with this one.
Uncle Joel.
Is that a steak?
Yeah, it hits pretty hard.
Like the Kaczynski guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. So I brought this.
We have this. You got to look at Rob's thing.
Yeah, I see it.
This balsamic vinegar that Rachel brought back from Naples.
Yeah.
It's from Modena, but we shipped it home.
Ah.
And it's anytime you get a balsamic vinegar like that, it's like less vinegary.
Well, it's real balsamic because
yeah.
most isn't.
Right.
How do you fake a balsamic?
Pardon?
Oh, that's great.
Well, because real balsamic uses.
Good shipment when we moved back. Just had it forever. So it's aged.
Yeah, real balsamic is it's essentially grape juice that's, you know, like continually dried down to a syrup, like in a barrel. Comparatively to like the store stuff, it's like you know, $11 for, you know, a giant bottle.
Mm-hmm.
It on the other hand, I think it's just like it's essentially just adulterated grape juice with like some caramel flavoring to it.
So they making it with like thyme rather than with like meat?